Apple Intelligence is the only reason I purchased the iPhone 16 Pro Max. We're all getting in the pattern where the iPhone upgrades year in and year out are not getting that much of a change. But with the fact that this iPhone 16 Pro comes with Apple Intelligence and it doesn't come on some of the previous models, it really makes a case for why this is such an important upgrade. For me, someone who's a big user of AI and a big believer in AI, I need my future phone to be equipped with it. But there's a caveat to all of this in purchasing this new iPhone. And this is something that's new for Apple and a little strange is the fact that they are shipping this phone without Apple Intelligence right away. So when everyone gets their iPhone 16, the flagship feature will not be offered on it until a little bit later on. That opens a lot of questions for Apple, as this is something they have not really done in the past. But also on the other hand, and I'm living proof of that, it's trust, and it's trust in a brand. And this is sort of similar to like what Tesla does when they ship a new car and they announce all the things that are gonna be on it in the future. We're seeing it a lot with cameras too, where they're gonna be like, in 6 months, while they figure out this technology, 8K ProRes is going to be available. So what is Apple Intelligence? Well, it's OpenAI and ChatGPT on your phone activated through Siri. Siri can basically tap into ChatGPT for numerous requests throughout your phone. And what Apple is calling this is AI for the rest of us. Now, I can go down the list and name every single feature it has. So what I'm going to do is talk about the features I'm excited for my iPhone 16 Pro Max. The first is writing tools. You can rewrite an email to make it sound a little bit more polished, or a little bit more friendly, or a little bit more professional. You can also proofread messages, which is a huge one for me, who is someone who makes a lot of spelling and grammar errors. You can even take the threads of an email, a long email thread, and ask Siri to summarize it for you, and it'll give you kind of the brief overlay of what that email thread is. Personal info is another one that I think is really relatable to the user of the phone. For example, I can simply ask Siri what time my fiance's flight lands, and it will go through a numerous amount of apps and find what flight is related to that. If it was something she messaged me or if it's something that showed up in an email, it's able to pull that information. And then from there I can ask, what dinner plans do we have? And it'll tell me the dinner plans we texted about early on in the day, and it'll pull that information for you. And from there you can make a calendar invite or a reminder. That's something that is gonna save a lot of time, because a lot of times I personally find myself digging through apps just to find information. The next is image searching, and that's been something that's been needed for years. We've had iPhones for years, and they've accumulated a lot of photos over time, and those photos are memory. So I can do something as simple as type in or ask, hey, I need a picture of my brother Daniel prepping in his new restaurant that he is a chef at. And from there, it'll pull an image or some images that are related to that of the topic. And finally, type to Siri. Finally, type to Siri. We've all been in a place where we need to use Siri quickly and it's quiet and we don't want to talk to our phone. But now we can type. And what that is going to do is going to alleviate my reminders in my notes apps, because hundreds of times throughout the day, not hundreds, but a lot of times throughout the day, I find myself writing little notes, little ideas, little things I have to do in either on my reminders, my calendar, or my notes app. And with Siri, I can straight up just put it into the application it needs to be put into at the simple touch of some typing. I'm most excited about these features from a productivity standpoint. I'm a huge productivity nerd sometimes, and I love to make processes easier for me. I'm using my phone for everything anyway, and I use ChatGPT for a lot of things anyway. So the fact that I can collide them into one place and it can be that of basically my search engine, but also kind of like my personal assistant on my phone, which I have with me at all times of the day, pretty beneficial. It's just exciting that we'll finally have an iPhone that has the capabilities of AI. Well, in the near future. Is it worth the upgrade? Well, that's the million-dollar question, as it's always a million-dollar question when a new iPhone comes out. I have the iPhone 14 Pro Max. That's the phone I have right here, and it doesn't support Apple Intelligence, the 15s and up to. So that is the 15, the 15 Pro, the 16, the 16 Pro. So for me, I have a phone that is going to be outdated for a flagship feature that I'm most excited for. So for me, in buying a new phone, it's me future-proofing myself. But Apple Intelligence isn't the only thing. For all my video nerds, 4K 120 frames per second is coming to the iPhone, which is pretty remarkable to be on a phone. And also, the 16 comes with, and the 15 had it, is Apple ProRes Log. And For me, I love to color log. I love to shoot little clips with my iPhone here and there, and I want to control how they look because I do enjoy the process of color correcting. So ultimately, what the decision is if you have a 14, I think it's a good time to upgrade to the 16 because ultimately, the reason I'm doing it is probably the reason a lot of other people are going to do it, and that is future-proofing yourself. But with that, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know down in the comments if you're going to be picking up a new iPhone, and if so, which one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.